That's all. You want me to go? Want me to start? Okay, let's get started. We're gonna do a little quick warm up just so we're moving before going into all of these intense exercises. So I just want you guys to start with a little just jogging in place. When we did cardio earlier this week, I talked about like maybe you're going places, you're running. Where could you go right now if you could go anywhere? Because we can go a lot of places, but in our minds, we can go anywhere. Imagination, you guys. And let's go a little bit faster, a little bit faster. Oh my God, there's a mountain lion. He came on the trail and he's chasing you. And you just really gotta get away from him. Run, 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 your biggest splash dance. And you're dancing with that mountain lion. Okay, and stop. We are going to start with some big neck circles, really reaching out from the top of our heads, thinking about decreasing your full range of motion. And the other way. Nice job. We're gonna center that head, go into some shoulder rolls. I'm going to the back first, and I like to think about squeezing a grapefruit. I'm just gonna juice it, juice that fruit. It can be your fruit of choice. I just like grapefruit. And we're gonna put hands on shoulders, lead with our elbows. And then big full arm circles. Stopping at the bottom, we're gonna take those circles forward, just the shoulders again. Trying to touch the bottom of your earlobes with your shoulders. Can you do it? Maybe if your earlobes hang low, you can. But at least think about reaching up that far. We're gonna put hands on shoulders, lead with the elbows this time. You look like little chickens, just flapping our wings, trying to take flight. And full arms. You're diving in to a glorious lake or a pool, as long as it's deep enough. Okay, and shake that out. We're gonna stand with our feet wider than our shoulders. We're gonna do big hip circles. Bringing that all the way around. Pretending like you're in a giant bubble and you're just trying to touch every part of that bubble with your pelvis and your booty. Rub your booty on that bubble. And let's go the other way. Hopefully you're feeling a stretch in the back of your legs warming up. Maybe you're not as tight as me. All right, coming to center, standing on both legs, right underneath your hips. We are going to lift up our right leg, and we're going to do some hip circles backwards. Sorry, I had to yell at my cat real quick. His favorite time to be a jerk is whenever I'm doing these. Let's go forwards. Engaging that core, trying to keep that stability. We're gonna put that leg in front, and we're just gonna rotate from the knee. So I like to think about I'm stirring my bath water. Very fancy. I have a glass of wine. I'm just testing the waters in my tub. Go the other way. And then at long last, we're just gonna do the ankle. So little ankle circles. You're shooing a fly away from your bath. No, no. Go the other direction. And we're gonna shake that out, other leg. Starting with those big, juicy hip circles. So again, I'm just trying to think about my full range. How can I touch every single part of these invisible circles surrounding my body? Let's go the other direction. Nice. Legs gonna go in front. We're gonna stir again. You can still be thinking about your bath. Maybe you're gonna take a bath later. It's gonna be oh so lovely. Let's go the other direction. Or you can think about your giant cauldron of magic potions that only works if you stir it with a single toe. And we're gonna go back down to the ankle. Nice, really flexing and pointing your way through this motion. Go the other way. Okay, check that out. So, we are going to get started with hang in there. I hope you're all hanging in there emotionally, but also let's hang in there physically as well. We are going to first work on our toe and our heel hangs. So the muscles of our ankles and our feet and the things that can help make us strong so we can just hang with zero effort in the sky. Okay, let's go to standing. We're gonna go back to that single leg stance we were just doing to warm up. Knee comes out in front, and with our feet, we're gonna write circus workout party. That's right, your toe is a pen, and you're just gonna write circus workout. Yes, party. Maybe you have a marker, whatever color you want. Okay, let's do the other leg. Same thing, your toe is the lead. Circus, oh, is it in cursive or is it in print? It can just be whatever you desire, but I know that my left foot is not as good at writing as my right foot. Party, awesome, shake that out. Then we are going to do heel raises from our first position. So toes are gonna turn out. You can hold on to something, wall, cat, chair, whatever you need. We're gonna just do little raises up from here, okay? Let's do it, we're gonna do 20. So just up and down. Strengthening those calf muscles are really important for heel hangs. And you know, you get to be a little dancer for a second. Anyone that did the dance intensive yesterday, you probably did an excruciating amount of these, so I apologize. But it's all good for you. Just gonna keep working them forever. Yes. 8, 9, 10. That was 20. I counted in 2 sets of 10. Okay, let's do, our little toe curls. So for this, I'm gonna actually take my socks off, although I love them, they're little gnomes. But my little gnomes can sit to the side and cheer me on. It's really helpful if you have something that you can physically squeeze up. It's not necessary though, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna curl our toes as tight as we can and really pull on whatever's below us. So if I have a yoga mat, I'm actively scrunching that mat up with my toes, okay? We're gonna do 10 of these. So really pulling, like you're like, oh, I dropped a piece of paper on the ground. I just really don't wanna pick it up. This is that exact thought, and will make you better at doing that, so you're welcome, you're welcome. No more bending over in your future. Only a couple more, really squeezing the toes as tight as you can. I'm crinkling actively. I hope that you have something to crinkle. And last one. Nice job, you guys. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, and I'm not very good at these, but you know, that's why I should do them. These are single leg toe drives. I'm gonna start in a stance. My legs are apart. When I come forward, I'm going to rise up or releve, roll through the foot, whatever you want to call it, to come into that position. So this leg comes up and back, okay? We're gonna do 5 of these on each side. Ready? You're going places. Oh, no, just kidding. Oh, but maybe you wanna go. No, you don't really wanna go. Oh, you should, no. You know, let's try one more time. Okay. Let's switch sides. Ready? Opposite leg behind this time, and go. Whoop. This is my worst side, because my balance is just not there. But this is why we do these things. So hopefully, I just get better and better. Awesome. That's it for that. The next thing we're going to do looks very similar to something we did in our Booty blast, but it's a little bit different. We are going to do leg swings to the front and the back. Just going out, leg swing. We're gonna really, really flex the foot. This is working on our balance, so that's our ankle strength, as well as movement in that balance. So we're just gonna do 10 swings, front and back. The swing's gonna be actually quite nice and loose, as long as your standing leg is stable. Again, if you need to grab onto something for this, please feel free to do so. I would say grab a friend, but we really shouldn't touch each other right now. So grab something inanimate that you can clean later. Or grab a friend that you can clean later. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna take that swing. We're gonna go behind. We're gonna go in front and then behind and then back to front. So it's these loose little leg swings. Nice. Drawing a little triangle. Yes. Really engaging that core so you can find the stability in the leg. And it's okay if you wiggle. I am very, very wiggly usually. It could be the caffeine. I don't know. It could be just the lack of balance. One more. Awesome. We're going to switch legs. So we're going to those forward leg swings. We're going to do 10 on this side. Maybe you're kicking a ball. Maybe you're kicking someone that you don't like. You're just like, get out of here. I do not want to see you today. Because maybe they shouldn't be coming over. You guys, social distancing. You shouldn't even be close enough for you to kick them. All right, we're going to turn it into those front and behind. Ugh, I got a little wiggly. Reminding both you and me to engage our core so we can stand nice and tall. Nice job, you guys. Hands of choice here. Yes, party hands, jazz hands. That's it. Great job, you guys. One last thing we're going to do, once again involves balancing on one leg, all about that balance for that ankle strength. We are going to just take our leg we're not balancing on, flex the foot as hard as you can. I really, really want you to be engaged and just lift it up as high as you can, and the heel's gonna touch back down to the ground. Nice, yes. Yeah. Nice job, just really engaging. Thinking about peeling those toes back towards your face. It's like if you were going to smell your own foot from this position without bending your knee. Can your toes make it to your nose? Mine cannot. If yours can, I'd really love to see that because that's a great party trick. All right, switch legs. We're really thinking about straight legs too here. I'm engaging the little muscles around my knee. I'm engaging my quad. I'm engaging my glute. The whole leg is active in this kick. Maybe you have a little flag on the end of your foot and you just want to wave it around. So you're showing it off. You're like, hey, look at this. Look at this flag I got. And last one. Nice job, you guys. Okay, we are going to move on to our knee hangs. And this involves your hamstring, your glutes, of course, and your quads. If you need to take a drink, take a quick drink. I'm going to take a drink. All right, I need you to grab that yoga block or that book, or even a large pillow could work for this. You are going to take your fancy item of choice. Please don't use a cat for this. We encourage animals for other things, but this is not a cat exercise. We're gonna go into that tabletop position. I'm gonna stick this block right under my booty, right where my butt meets my thigh, my foot, my underbutt, my little smiley face, and I'm gonna tuck the other side under my heel. So I have this nice little platform that I've built between my booty and my heel. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna swing that leg under and then up as high as I can. All right, we're gonna do 10 of these squeezing. Really squeeze that heel to your butt, keeping the motion nice and stable. This is not necessarily about quickness, it's about the engagement of the glute. Squeeze. Yes. Yes. That's me encouraging myself and you, hopefully. And one more. Nice job. We're going to switch legs. Once again, finding that lovely area where your butt meets your thigh, and then your heel. I'm gonna tuck this, squeezing it as tight as I can to hold it in place, bringing that leg up, and then swinging under and up, under and up. Nice job. You guys are doing it. Squeeze as hard as you can. We're trying to replicate hanging off of a bar, because that is what we're focusing on not losing. Those knee hangs that you've worked so very hard for. Let's keep them up during this time. 9, and last one. Nice job! Yay! You can always do more of these if you want, and these are exercises you can do at any time. We're gonna lie down, face down, just flop on the floor with me. We're gonna do a very, very similar thing. We're gonna take the block, put it under that butt, squeeze it with the heel, just like we did before. This time, we're gonna think about keeping our hips extended and pressed into the floor as I squeeze the block or the book or whatever you have as hard as I can into my booty. So I feel like really, really, really just squeezing as hard as I possibly can here. You can think again about juicing fruit. Maybe this time trying to juice a watermelon, trying to crack it open. We're gonna hold it for 10 seconds, all right? Ready, and a squeeze. And I count it out. Squeeze, squeeze. And release. Okay, we're gonna do one more just like that. Squeezing, starting now. Really thinking about, you want that heel to come to your butt, but it can't because there's an object in the way. But I'm thinking about kicking myself in the ass. That's right, we should kick our own asses every day. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And release. Okay, let's switch sides. Boop. Block goes under your booty and into your heel hook. Ready? And first squeeze. Squeeze as hard as you can. Really thinking about pushing that hip into the floor. You're not doing anything crazy with your back. We're not arching. We're laying nice and flat and just focusing on this squeezing engagement. And release. Nice job. One more time. Squeeze, squeeze. Yes. Break that block in half. You can do it. Yes. And release. Nice job. Okay. So for this last exercise, we're gonna get to go on a tour of my house because I can't do it where I'm currently at. You will need a couch or an ottoman or something of that nature. So here is my other couch. Haha. We're going to do hip thrust. For my hip thrust, I'm going to put my back nice and flat against my surface. Arms are gonna go to either side of me. I'm going to lift up with my hips. My legs are gonna be at 90 degrees. So when I come up, I'm in a nice flat bridge-like position, but this is not a bridge, it's a thrust. I'm gonna lift those hips up, 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 as high as I can, squeezing the glutes at the very top as hard as I can squeeze, and then lowering back down. I give you guys a couple seconds to find your object of choice. Once again, no animals for this one. Okay, ready? We're gonna do 10 of these. I might go pretty fast, just bear with me. Remember to squeeze that booty as hard as you can at the top. And let's go. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Oh, you're bouncing a beach ball maybe off of your hips. You're like, yeah, I'm in this beach game. Boom. Let's do one more for good luck. Last one. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're gonna hold it at the top. Hold and squeeze as tight as you can. And come on down. Yes. Nice thrusting, you guys, which I would never say out in public. So back to where I began. We're gonna move on to our elbow hangs. Our elbow hangs use so many muscles. Biceps, triceps, trapezius, pecs, lats, everything. So we're gonna try to focus on a few exercises to build up those specific muscle groups. We're gonna start with our biceps. For this, you're gonna need to grab your blanket or your towel. So grab that object, get fancy with it if you like. You're gonna take that object, make it into a nice tight little package here. I'm gonna step on it on the ground, so it's on the outside of my foot. You can also use a thera-band for this too, most likely, but I prefer this stationary solid object for what we're going to do. Right here. So we are going to hold the object, tail, again, no animals, in our hands, palms up. We're going to think about curling our bicep. So I'm actively engaging and curling that arm up. I can't go very far, obviously, because I'm strapped. That's the whole point. This is a resistance exercise. So we're gonna just do a curl and we're gonna hold it. Ready? Curl and squeeze. Squeeze that as hard as you can. Yes, you're just trying to rip that from under your foot as hard as you can. You're fighting against yourself. Ah, and release. Nice job. Let's do our second one. Curl, curl, curl. Ah, and release. Awesome. Let's switch sides. Hopefully you're feeling the burn in your biceps. Also might be in your forearms. This is another one for wrists. It covers a lot of bases. Okay, ready? Curl with me. Trying to rip it away. You're super freaking strong. You're gonna rip this towel in half. You're really mad. You spilled your cereal this morning. Ugh, and it was your favorite kind of cereal. Let go of that. One more time. Curl, 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 squeeze. Trying to punch through the ceiling. You're trying to go places. Squeeze it and release. Nice, you guys. All towels and blankets are intact, I hope. And if they're not, you're a freaking beast and I really want to see it. So next thing we're going to do are 10 regular push-ups. Everyone's fave. But if I don't make you do them, then I won't do them. So let me force myself and you to do them together. This is obviously working our pecs as well as our lats and many other parts of our body. You can do on the knee or all the way up. It's up to you. We're just gonna do 10 regular old push-ups. Ready? Let's do it. Really pushing that ground away from you. You got down there and you realize there's gum on the floor? Ew. Actually, the last time we worked out, I realized how gross my floor was, and it inspired me to clean. So thanks, guys, for helping me clean up my eye. And 10. Great job. While we're down here, why don't we just do some tricep push-ups as well? Once again, triceps are a very integral part of our elbow hangs, okay? Hands are gonna come way closer in, under the shoulders. I'm gonna lower down, bending the elbows back, pushing up. Once again, you can go onto your knees, make any modifications that you need to make for your body, make smart choices. Because I can't see you, so you can do it yourself. Honor system. Okay, we're gonna do 10 of these. Let's do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This last one's when you struggle, I'm going down my knees. 9 and 10. Nice job, you guys. Maybe you made it all the way through. I had to go to my knees. My triceps are still burning from Maurice's class. Last thing we're going to do are our traps. We're going to do shoulder shrugs here. You can come to prayer hands. You can come to fist hands. Whatever hands make you feel good. Point is that hands are in the center. Elbows are down. Move a little bit closer. I'm going to shrug up as hard as I can up to the sky, squeezing in the back as well, and then lowering down. So really think about those those shoulders going up as hard as they can to the ears, and then back down, okay? We're gonna do 10 of these. So squeeze up and down, and up and down, and up and down. Really thinking about squeezing as hard as you can because that is what is going to give you the most out of this exercise. We can't use weights, so we just gotta use our own bodies, which is pretty amazing. A couple more, squeezing really hard at the top, thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades together at the same time. You're like really confused. You're like, I don't know. Let's do one more for good luck. And down. Nice job. Okay. Woo. We're going to, let me see what time it is. I can't tell how much time I have left. Okay, we're gonna just move on then because we don't have a lot of time. So I'm gonna move on to get a grip. This is for our hands, fingers, and forearms. Get a grip on your leg, get a grip on your aerial, get a grip on everything you can. First thing we're gonna do are flex and extends. So I'm just gonna make a fist as tight as I can. I'm trying to think about puncturing through my own palm. Hopefully you don't have really long nails. If you do, please don't make yourself bleed. I'm gonna squeeze, and I'm gonna extend my fingers as wide as I possibly can, reaching, but not actually reaching forward. I'm just reaching out, sending all of the energy, okay? We're gonna do a couple of these together. Squeezing, extending, squeezing, extending, squeezing, extending, squeezing, extending, shooting that energy out of your fingers as you're extending. It's like you have little laser beams. Just gonna slice through everything. Ready? One more, squeeze and extend. Nice job, you guys. Okay, we are going to move back to a semi-push-up position. These are fingertip push-ups. I'm gonna stay on my knees. You can go up to your feet, your choice. But the point is, my fingertips are nice and long, making this mountain position. So I retain contact with my fingertips the whole time, not my palms. From here, I'm gonna come down and push back up. This is a great finger strengthening exercise, which is what we're working towards for our grip. We're gonna do 10 of these together, okay? Leaving your fingertips extended the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't squish the little friend that you have under your hand. They really love you. They care about you. Rearrange. And the last one. Ooh, okay, great job. Grab your towel, blanket, t-shirt, or whatever you have. We're gonna do some towel wringing. So you just got out of the pool, of the bath, you're soaking wet, you use your towel to dry off, and then you're like, shit, well now my towel is soaking wet. What do? You wring that shit out. So we are going to actively wring. Think about wringing as hard as you can. Really wringing, you can re-grip. One hand is leading this, so my right hand is holding and twisting, while my left hand is twisting backwards, right hand's going forwards. Really wringing. You want all of that water out, because otherwise you're gonna forget about this towel, and it's gonna get moldy in your car. Trust me, all the time. Okay, we're gonna switch which hand is leading. So whatever hand was pulling forward or backward, we're gonna swap. We're gonna go the other direction. Really bringing that out. Yes, this is a great way to get out aggression or stress too. You're just like, oh, I'm so stressed. You'd be surprised how much it helps and how much better you feel. A couple more squeezes. There's just a couple more drops of water. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Ta-da! Great job. You got all that water out. That towel is fucking dry. Okay, we are going to do wrist flexions from tabletop. What this is I'm gonna go flat hand. I'm gonna raise up to that little mountain position, keeping all my fingers on the floor. So maybe you go into your little spider hands here, and I'm gonna lower back down. I'm gonna raise up and lower back down. That's all we're doing here, okay? Raise up and down. Let's do them together. Yes. So up on the fingertips, back down to the palms. Up on the fingertips, back down from the palms. You should feel this burn in your forearms. Hopefully, that's where I feel it. Let's do a couple more here. And last one. Great job, you guys. Okay, even though I would love to do more, I'm running way over time. So that's it from me. Hopefully this helps you to hang in there and get a grip. And I love you guys. And next we're going to Anastasia, I believe. Is that correct? Yes, yay. Okay, Anastasia with banana body.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I am switching my views around so I can see everyone better. Okay, so a lot of you are probably already familiar with the concept of hollow body. If you're an aerialist or a gymnast, this is like your holy grail body position. However, if you don't know what hollow body is, I'm just going to briefly talk about it. A way of us to engage our bodies, mainly our core, to help be more stable through the core, through our spine, so that when we move around in the air, we're moving as a unit, not as a wiggly mess. The analogy I like to give is imagine me trying to lift this like wiggly cat and then me lifting this like solid water bottle. Even though they might weigh the same, the wiggly cat is a lot harder to lift because she's, you know, flopping and moving versus the water bottle is nice and rigid. Thank you, Luna, for your participation. So let's lay down, find a spot. We don't need any tools for this one. Laying down on your back in a comfortable position with your knees bent and your head down on the floor. And I just want to talk about what muscles we're going to be using, but just try to feel how gravity is helping us press our bodies down and our abs down into the floor. The abs that we don't necessarily need to be using right now are actually our rectus abdominal muscles. They are better known as the six-pack muscles, you know, those ones that everybody wants to have, and you all have a bunch of them. But we don't necessarily want to be engaging that. So if I were to lay down and engage those muscles and really clench, those six-pack muscles kind of tend to rise. And I call that bread loafing because they kind of rise up off your body. We don't want that. We want them to actually be dropping back, to be dropping down towards the floor. Imagine that you have a very strong vacuum cleaner stuck to your sacrum and that it's pulling everything down into the floor with it. See if you can flatten your back against the floor and find that position and notice how now your tummy doesn't look like it's lifted, but rather sunken, hollowed. That's where I believe the term hollow body comes from, is from this certain specific engagement, hollow body. So right from here, with your low back against the floor, we're going to test a couple of things. The first thing that you're going to do is, if you have your head, you can relax it on something. You can relax it down on the floor. If you're like me and you like to watch what you're doing, you can support your head. But you're going to try to straighten one leg out. And as you straighten, make sure that none of this changes. Make sure that your low back is still in contact with the floor, that you're not bread loafing, you're not engaging those strong rectal abdominal muscles. You want to make sure that you're pulling back. Good, and then switch. Good, and switch again. And switch again. And of course, for the last one, see if you can lift both legs. Now, if you immediately pop up off the floor, just try to bring your legs a little bit more over your hips. That'll make it easier. Of course, the lower your legs go, the harder it becomes. And when you're down, just hovering off the floor, that is a full hollow body. Nice. Those are looking really solid. I can tell some of you have been practicing this already. Okay, rest for just a second. We're now going to do two more things in this position, and then we're going to do one of my favorite ab exercises. I'll talk about that in a second. But the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to try to find that position, and you can choose. You can either be legs up, legs out, bent knees, or one leg straight, one leg bent. Wherever the difficulty is for you, and you feel like you can still maintain your engagement, but still get a challenge. So pick wherever you want to be, and you're going to imagine like someone handed you a party balloon, because we're at a party, we're having a great time, and now we need to blow up a bunch of balloons. We can't blow up balloons with our cheeks. You can't go because then our mouth is just going to expand and nothing's going to happen. When you blow a balloon, you have to blow from the diaphragm, right? You have to go and blow from here. So that's what we're going to do. We're all going to blow up our party balloons. Ready? So you're going to lay down. You're going to find your engagement. Make sure everything is still pressing down into the floor. your abdominal muscles are wrapping and supporting your spine. And then straighten your leg or pick your variation that you feel comfortable with. Then prepare your balloon and then blow. Nice. Check in with the ribs, make sure everything is still there. That action should help the engagement. Good. And then bring out another balloon. We're not done yet. And again. Feel how your upper abdominal muscles are doing that effort for you. Good. We need more balloons still. Third balloon. Ready? Good. And rest for a moment. Awesome. So just try throughout these exercises to notice if you are, one, lifting your back off the floor, because that means you're losing a little bit of that engagement, or two, pushing the front abs out, because that means that you are bracing rather than pulling back. And it's elusive, but try your best. So what we're gonna do is what I call Russian abs. I learned these from my coach back in the day. Now I'm passing on to you. You are going to do 8 of the following. We're going to do these together. I'll count them out. We're going to lay down and we're going to do 8 upper ab curls. Lower body is going to relax. You don't have to do anything. They're just laying flat on the floor. And your upper abs are going to curl 8 times. You can support your neck or have your arms up, but they're just going to curl looking down towards your feet 8 times. Yep. Then we're going to just do low ab curl. This one's a hard one because I have to squeeze my butt, squeeze my legs, and just use my low abs. My whole pelvis should tuck under, not just the legs. And then for the last set, we're going to do both arms and legs. Everything lifts. Yep. Now, normally there's a couple of sets in there where you lift the legs and then the arms and so on and so forth. We're going to skip those. We're going to do that on the front, on each side, and on the back. Okay? Let's start with our front abs. Ready? Lay down. We're going to do our 8 upper body lifts and go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops, I said 8 and I did 10. My bad. Let's just keep doing 10. All right, lower body. Ready? Squeeze the legs. Go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, those look so good, you guys. All right, last one. We're lifting both the upper and lower at the same time. Ready? For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice. Flip over to your side, legs together, arms can be up. Okay, you can have one arm in front for balance if you need it, other arm by the ear. And again, we're just going to do upper, lower, and both. So lifting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower body, try to keep the legs together and moving as a unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're in more or less a straight line. 9 and 10. Good. Other side. Oh, I'm sorry. Both together. I'm getting ahead of myself. Everything is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now we flip over to the other side. Nice. So just so I'm going to turn this way. So I'm trying to be more or less in a straight line. But since we were talking about whole body or banana body, I am slightly curled because that body engagement causes my legs to drift forward slightly. But then I squeeze my butt to pull them back. Either way, my abs should be winning. So therefore, my feet are slightly forward. Thus, the slight shape of the body. All right, upper body, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Both for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then let's flip over onto our belly, and we're going to do the last set for our backs. So if we're not using our abdominal muscles, our rectus abdominis, what are we using? Well, we're using a whole bunch of muscles deeper. Those are superficial muscles, and we're trying to use the deeper muscles, our transverse abdominis, those types of muscles that support and surround our entire core and help us move as a unit. So now we're going to get to the back part of that. Yeah. And again, upper body, lower body, both bodies. If you want more challenge, arms by the ears. If you want medium challenge, airplane. If you want less challenge, arms back. Your choice. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Upper body rests, lower body lifts. For 1, 2. Keep you squeezing those legs together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Everything lifts. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Great work, everybody. I see my cats like darting around. High fives, virtual high fives for that one. Hopefully you are feeling nice and warm in the midsection. Awesome work. Pass it on. Actually, we're going to break now for a few minutes, and then I'm passing it on to Leah with fancy feet.
Yay, 2-minute break to refill your water, use the bathroom, whatever you need to do. And Leah, if you have a second, if you can pop over to chat for a private little chat moment. All right, everyone, start bringing it back in and maybe give it like a few more seconds, Leah, and then get started. And just remind people what they might need for your class.
Awesome. All right, everyone. So if you do have a thera-band, it would be cool to use. If you don't, a yoga strap. And if you don't have any of that, we'll just use our hands. It'll be fine. But if you have those things, any one of those things, go ahead and grab it now. We'll get started in just a sec.
Hey, so you're very backlit, which is awesome in this very moment, but
That's
it changes sometimes to almost black. So I don't know if you have a curtain for your.
Yeah, I can drop that down. I know, I was wondering about that. I can drop it all
I
down.
think as long as you are faced away from it, it'll probably be okay. Or, ooh, now you're totally dark.
No, it's just dark with nothing. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you're okay, Ryan. It just kind of is going in and out. So just maybe pay attention to your video. And if you're showing something detailed and it's dark, like kind of change your facing a little bit.
Sounds
So,
good. Yeah, it's definitely there.
woohoo, we can see you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then when I
Thank
step back, it tries to focus. So I will definitely check that.
Okay, thank you.
I'll keep watching it. Yeah, thanks. Cool. Okay, so we're going to get started with an exercise that I saw from Emily Goldblum, who is an amazing person, and she's got some really cool things on the Instagrams. I know most of you guys are on there. So this is an exercise I got from her. She is a dancer, just to front load. I am not a dancer, but she made these exercises very accessible, I think, for people like me who don't come to that movement naturally. So I'm not using ankle weights, but just FYI, if you're doing these in the future and you want to make them harder, you can use ankle weights. So what we're basically going to do is rondejons, and if you don't know what that is, I'm not the best ballet instructor, but I can break it down in a way that works for me and hopefully for you. So standing on the left foot with a little bit of a turn out, we're going to take the right foot forward and then with a point, so you're leading with your heel, pointing and taking around the side and back. I'm going to have to step forward so I don't hit my couch. So we're going to do 10 of those on the right leg. And then we're going to go up a little higher so that we're off the floor 10 times. And then we're going to lift up as high as we can with an attitude and go 5 times around. So then we'll do that on both sides. So starting in a standing position, hopefully I'll just keep checking if you guys can see me. A little bit of a turn out, right leg forward, around and back, bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. So the next level, we're going to go up off the floor. So I like about 45 degrees is what I'm aiming for. Ten times. I'm going to have to step forward so I don't kick my couch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Awesome. So the last one, we're going to have an attitude in the front. You can keep that leg bent as you take it around and back. So we're going high as the hip will let you. Yeah, we're going to do just 5 times for this one. So in front, back, front, back. Good. 3, 4, woo, balance. 5, 6, 7,
Going all the way to 10.
8, yep. Oh crap, 9, I'm sorry. And 10. Sorry, I forgot we were doing 5. My apologies. Since we did 10 on that side, we're gonna have to do 10 on the left. So standing on the right leg, we'll do the rondeggion, touching the floor first. Get a nice little turnout, leading with the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that 45 degrees. 1, woof. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Awesome, wiggle it out. Last one, we're doing 10 again since I messed up the first side, starting in that attitude bent leg to the back. 1, woof. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Awesome, wiggle it out. Cool, so the next thing we're gonna do is some seated exercises. So you can go ahead and come all the way down to the floor. No, I'm a little dark. Let's see, that should be better. Cool, so we're gonna do some seated leg lifts incrementally. Sorry. We're gonna start with the legs together in a pike, taking the fingertips on either side of the thighs. We're going to bring the toes up 10 times, pushing into the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, wiggle it out. Now, we're going to lift up and go side to side 10 times. So 5 each side. So push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Back to center, wiggle it out. All right. Take the fingertips a little further down. Mine are just below my knees. We're gonna do 5 leg lifts here. I will stop at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome, wiggle it up. Last one, take your fingertips a little further down. The further down you go, the harder it is. So just be aware of that. Don't push yourself farther than what feels okay. Just 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, wiggle it up. Awesome. Now we're going to do some with a straddle. We're going to go up and down and side to side. Let's start on the left leg. Hands high, in close towards your body, high on your leg. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to go side to side. Lifting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got to go 6 and back down. Got to make it even. Okay. So let's go a little further down. Again, I'm going just under my knee. Lifting up 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Really think about engaging your leg, and as you're lowering down, doing it nice and controlled. We don't want to let that leg just flop down. Getting those hands in that same position. We're going to lift up, go side to side. We're going to go 6 times to make it even. Lift up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back to center and down. Good. Wiggle it out. All right. Last one. Go a little further down. 5 up, 6 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wiggle. And lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, and back down. Wiggle it out. Windshield wiper your legs and your sockets. Kind of open them up. And then we'll go over to the right leg. So again, framing your leg, starting up high. 5 up, 6 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to center and down. Wiggle, wiggle. Next, further down, under the knee maybe, whoever feels good to your body. Makes it a little more challenging. Lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to center and down. Whew. Wiggle it out. All right, last ones. Further on down that right leg. Lifting up for 5 and side to side 6 times. Lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo! Wiggle it out. Awesome. Okay. Next, we're going to do some exercises for sickle feet, or to prevent sickle feet. I am one of those people that have struggles with that. My left one's worse than my right. Definitely notice it when I'm trying to do super strength things and like trying to push it out. My left foot goes. Argh. So these exercises I got from Womack and Bowman. There are 3 of them. The first 2, we don't need anything. The third one, we need those thera-band straps or yoga straps or whatever you've got. So we're gonna sit nice and tall with the legs together in a point. We're gonna do eversions. So 20 times, we're gonna keep the ankles glued together, but pull the toes apart. Yeah? So 20 times. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oof. Definitely flex, wiggle your toes. Definitely these can get your cramps going and stuff. So certainly if you need to wiggle it out or even give yourself a little massage, that's fine. All right, so the next one, we're gonna do 20 eversions with flexed feet. These ones I find easier than the points. So 1, 10, 'Awesome, and wiggle it up. Cool. So if you have a thera-band, go ahead and grab that. This one is not as, I would like mine to be a little stronger. So if you do not have a thera-band, you can definitely use your own hands. It's not going to be exactly the same as far as working the toes as well, but you can create your own resistance. So same with the yoga strap. We are going to have one leg straight and use our strap or our band to create resistance as we go from a flex to a point. So we're going to do that 20 times per foot. What's nice about the thera-band is that you can really get your toes involved as well, all the way as you finish it out. Yeah. If you're just using your hand and you cannot forward fold, you can bend that knee. Now, it's going to feel a little different because you can't come off of that heel as easy, but you can do it too. Okay. So looks like everybody is geared up. Let's go ahead and do our 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oof, 8, 9, 10, halfway there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 more. Awesome, that was 20 out for me. Go ahead and do the other foot.
Someone is asking if you can demo with the yoga strap.
Oh yes, I see that. Yep, so just not gonna get the toes as much involved, but you're creating your own resistance. Trying to be cognizant of your ankle. You don't want it to go side to side. Trying to really keep it parallel. And if you have to keep adjusting, really kind of want it on the balls of the feet. Awesome. I kind of lost count. I feel like I've done very close to 20. Awesome.
I've done 20, so.
You've done 20, awesome. Okay, so we are gonna do just 1 or 2 more things because we're running a little over on time. So let's see, just a couple of toe stretches. This is, those were the main sickling exercises. There was 3 from Womack and Bowman, those 3. And then there's some other awesome point exercises that I found, but let's see. We're gonna do a toe stretch. So bring your feet all the way together and we're gonna come up onto the toes and come into a little tuck. Awesome. You can rock a little forward and back, just stretching out those toes. And then we are going to stretch our point in a similar way. So be very careful depending on your flexibility of your toes. My toes really like this stretch. So you can start kind of one at a time, loading it up and seeing what it feels like. Or you can load them both at the same time. So you want to be pointed and coming into that tuck. So you can rock forward and back to make it a little more intense, rock back. Awesome. Cool. So the very last thing is kind of like what Staza showed with that scrunching of the yoga mat, except for it's just like ridiculously silly, and I thought we all have to at least try it because it's super fun. So you're trying to scoot across the floor using your toes. So flexed feet. Yeah, so if you have a yoga mat down, maybe move it out of the way because it's really hard to do this otherwise. So you're literally trying to scoot across the floor. I lost it. Literally trying to scoot across the floor. You won't get far fast. So let's just do 10 scoots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Awesome. Okay, since we are running low on time, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off and pass it on to Cressie. Thank you all.
Yay! Thank you so much, Staza, Anastasia, Leah, for all of that awesomeness. I'm gonna let everybody take another quick break if they need to, and in like a minute or 2, we're just gonna do a cool down stretch together. If you need to head out, we will miss you, but take a minute to kind of stretch yourself if you do need to head out. Anastasia, your cats are adorable. And I'm going to take this time now to put the donation information into the chat box for anyone who wished to donate for today's class. And it might ask you for a phone number verification for Venmo. As of right now, I'm the only Cressie Mae on Venmo, so you could hit ignore if it asks you that question. And I had somebody ask me earlier about like weekly versus like monthly donations if people wanted to come a lot. And I just want to let you guys all know that whatever donations come in, we split up on a weekly basis. So anything that you donate at any point goes into a weekly pool. Sorry, I should mute this while I'm typing. And for anyone that's watching on YouTube, it's my name, Cressie Mae, @gmail.com for PayPal, and @Cressie Mae on Venmo. And just in general, thank you guys for being here. Just being here is a huge contribution to all of our energy and our happiness. And so thanks for being here, guys. We'll get started with our cool down in like 30 seconds. Can I get some thumbs up if you're ready for a cool down? Yes, more thumbs, more thumbs. Oh, I'm so happy to see everyone's faces. You guys are, love you guys. Okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and start standing. I've been using my headphones up until today, so does sound okay? Yeah, awesome. Cool. Those freaking headphones hurt. Okay, we're gonna start standing and we're just gonna like start by lifting the toes and just kind of working out through the feet and the ankles, pushing through the ball of the toe into point. And then we'll take it up top and shake it out. Other side, shake it out. If you guys were here for the dance intensive yesterday, your legs are probably really sore. All right, stop that. We're just gonna come down into a big wide squat. I have no head, but that's okay. I went for a walk after yesterday's dance intensive and I thought I was going to die. Go ahead and push one shoulder in. So like super kudos to you if you've made it to both classes. Other shoulder in. Back and forth a few times. Go ahead and straighten your legs. Toes are gonna go forward. You won't see me here because you're probably all facing your camera right now, but you're gonna drop your head heavy. You'll grab your elbows with opposite hands. So go ahead and peek up if you need to see what I mean. And you're just gonna sway back and forth. It looks like a lot of you know what I'm talking about without you saying it. Let that head hang nice and heavy. Make your sways really big. And now slow them down. All right, and then let your hands brace the floor just gently so you can get some of the weight out of your legs. And you're just gonna shake your head yes and no. I'm gonna grab your ankles to pull your head through. Try to look at your own bum. Last time I did this, we were facing the other way so we could all see each other's butts. Sorry, not today. Good. Go ahead and walk your hands over to one side. You can narrow your stance if it feels better, but we're gonna grab opposite ankle and to hand and stretch up and open to the sky with our other arm. And then walk it over to the other side, same thing. Stretch across, open the chest up. Look at your fingertips that are stretched up all the way towards the sky or the ceiling. Good. And now hands on the floor. You can start walking your feet into a down dog position. and walk your feet out here. I'm just gonna check the chat. It's a little quiet. Okay, I will talk louder. You're gonna pedal your feet out here and down dog. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You're gonna take your left foot up high and bend the knee to open up the hip. And you're gonna go ahead and swing that leg through. I should have said this before, but if you have your yoga blocks and you don't have, and you want them for like stretching out our splits, go ahead and grab them and then meet us back in this lunge. I'm starting with my left leg in front, so if you're following me, that's where I'm at. And I'm just gonna use my blocks here just so I'm not putting too much weight into my legs just yet. And go ahead and peel back, and we're gonna put our weight over the front of our leg here. I don't like to use my blocks for this one, so I like to get really low. Take a nice deep breath here. We're gonna come back into that forward lunge. We're gonna go back and forth just a few times. So lean over the front leg and then push the hip flexor forward. Try not to retain tension in your neck while you're doing this. So when you're coming forward, really let the head fall with you. Good. The next time you're back in this lunge position, go ahead and put the knee that's bent, opposite hand's gonna come down on the floor. We're gonna reach up and back. Can't really see my arm. Big swing back to grab that foot behind you. And here you can sink lower into your lunge if that feels good for you. And you can also press your foot, the front of your foot, into your hand to create some resistance to deepen that stretch even more. Go ahead and let that out and come back. This time we're going to flex this front foot, and you're gonna do little windshield wiper motions here to move the leg in the hip socket. Yes, very nice. Let's point and flex a few times. Nothing too crazy. Don't point or flex too hard. We did a lot of that today and yesterday. Good job. We're gonna come forward again. This time we're gonna come into the pigeon pose. I'm sure you guys know what I mean, but just in case you don't. So the arms on the inside of the leg. You can drop down as low as feels good for you here. You can also roll onto this hip if that feels good, and you can kind of roll back and forth. Another variation is you can drop that bent knee, you can drop that leg out. So you can really play around with just kind of rolling around in your hips here. All right, let's bring it back one more time. And now I would love for you to lower into your split if that's feeling good for you. And you'll do that by sliding the front foot forward, but leaving the knee where it is. Okay, and that might not be all the way down, that's okay. We're not like trying to be superheroes right now. This is technically our cool down, so take it to where it feels good for you right now. And if you're the kind of person that likes to lean forward over your split or do a nice arch back, go ahead and make this yours wherever you are in your split practice. If a split isn't accessible to you, you can do part way, okay, where we're still extending a little bit, but maybe not straightening the leg all the way. And you can also play around with pointing and flexing your toe. We're gonna come out in just a second here and take a deep, deep breath. Nice. Now I want you guys to take your arms in front of you and try to bring your legs together behind you. Unless you're up against the wall like Staza and you don't have room. Then you'll put your hands underneath. Do a belly stretch here. You're gonna push up. So much navigating of space. Good. We're gonna push back into our down dog. Sorry if you can't see me super well. Pedaling up the feet. Taking that right leg, if you were doing what I was doing, straight up to the sky or the ceiling. You're gonna bend your knee. I'm just gonna adjust my camera again. Bend that knee to open the hip. And then you're gonna swing that leg forward for your lunge, foot on the floor. Top of the foot on the floor. Good. I'm just gonna hold for a second. And we'll pull back, letting the head be heavy, leaning over that front leg. And push forward again. So this can be fairly passive. I'm using my hands a lot here, but if you really want to push yourself further into these stretches, engaging your glute here will help open that hip flexor even more and push you farther into your stretch. All right, go ahead and come forward again. Kind of the same thing here. To open up the back of the leg, we can contract that quad and pull up on the knee to open up the hamstrings in the back. So when we contract one muscle group in the front of the body, it helps to open up the muscles on the back side of the body. Let's just go back through that a few times. Back and forth. And we're gonna pull back, we're gonna pull those toes up. And we're just gonna, nice and gentle, move that hip around in the socket by windshield wiping the foot. That is the technical term in the circus and aerial world, windshield wipering the foot. So good job. Good, and we'll just do some passive point and flexing here. Yes, yes. And let's come forward again, and let's do that pigeon stretch. So the arms are gonna come to the inside of the leg, remembering your different variations here. You can roll to that outside hip, back and forth. You can drop the front leg in and out. I like to do a combination of all of those things. Let's push back up, big swim back, grab the foot. I think I did this in a different order this time, I'm sorry. And if you wanna add a little bit extra, you can squeeze that glute and press that foot into your hand and try to push it away. Good, let's come back up. Just a couple more back and forths, and then we'll lower into wherever you are in your split practice. So again, you'll come to this runner's position, and you'll slide the heel forward. And if you're not trying to go into a full split, but you get to maybe here and that feels good, you can try bending that front knee so that you're still getting this back leg and still working your hamstring as much as you can. So you can keep a little bit of a bend in each leg, or you can go for the full extension. You play around with pointed versus flex foot here. If you have like an awesome split practice and you're like just super badass, go ahead and add whatever variations you want. If you want to add some twists, grabbing the back leg, even though you didn't do it on the other side maybe. Good. You're going to bring your hands to the inside of that front leg. Swing the leg behind you. If you have room, we're gonna push up. We're almost done here, guys. Thanks for sticking it out. You're gonna look back behind you, pull those shoulder blades back and take a nice deep breath here. As deep as you can with your belly extended. And then we're gonna push back. And you're gonna tent your fingers, unless you don't have, you can leave flat palms, but for a deeper stretch, you can tent the fingers. And you're gonna push the armpits towards the floor. And you can do little pulses here. Good, walk those hands back, roll up through the spine into a cat pose. And we're gonna push it down, lift the chin for cow. And go ahead and just in your own timing, you're gonna do a few of those. Go ahead and make it a circle now by pushing the ribs out to the side with kind of a neutral spine. And then you're gonna dip the belly down as you look up and then push your ribs back out to the other side to make a full circle. Also known as disco poodle, sexy kitty, I'm sure there's other technical terms for it. Let's go the other way. Good. Now while we're here, go ahead and turn your palms back so your fingertips are facing your knees. I'm just gonna do a little forearm stretch here by pulling back. This will look different for everyone. We all have different flexibility. And you can do little pulses here. Take the hands in and go side to side. So that's gonna look like this. And then you're gonna go tops of the hands down. I like to kind of sit back a little bit more for this one. And then I'm gonna curl my fingertips in and then open them up and peel off. Then we're gonna go back over my fingertips, make a grip, fist, woo! Spread out the fingertips, roll over the top, and back. Let's do 2 more of those. Fists, spread the fingers, roll over the top, 1 more. Fists, spread the fingertips, roll over the top, shake that out. We'll do 1 last little, I have a few more minutes. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more things. Go ahead and lie on your stomach. We're gonna do T-stretch. So I'll explain it and show it, but you're gonna lay on your belly. 1 arm is gonna be out to the side. You're going to look away from that arm, and the opposite leg is gonna come up and over to make a full twist stretch. So it'll look like this. I'm gonna lay down, arm out, look away. I'm gonna use my other arm kind of like this to brace myself. I'm gonna push that leg up and over. So this will get a nice twist in your back, but you should also be pressing your shoulder into the ground and get a nice arm and pec stretch. We're gonna hold this for a little bit, so go ahead and find your breath and really focus on nice, long, deep breaths here. Good. Go ahead and roll out of that so that you can see me. We're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to bring our arm up higher so it's half of a Y shape. So it's like the top of a Y. Same idea. You want to think about rolling that shoulder into the floor as we push up and over. You should find that this accesses a slightly different part of the shoulder girdle and the arm and the pecs. I don't know about you guys, but this one was really intense for me. Come back, and we're gonna go back to our T 1 more time. So straight out and over. See if you can push it a little bit further this time. I'm taking my foot, planting it on the ground, and opening my hip to help pull me over a little bit further. Good. We're gonna come out of that. And before we do the other side, we're gonna take that arm that we just stretched, and we're gonna bring it across our body. So some things you wanna avoid doing here is hiking this shoulder way up. You wanna think about drawing the shoulder down as you bring the arm across. Really actively trying to hold that shoulder down so it's not coming all the way up. Okay, and now we're gonna take that elbow up and we're gonna pull back. If you'd like to, you can thread this other arm around and try to grab your fingertips. If you're not able to grab and add tension, keep pressing with your hand so that we are opening that shoulder. But it is a nice extra stretch on the other arm if you can reach. I can also use my head here to press back. And shake that out. Same thing, other side. So we'll start in our T. Look away. Use that other hand to press yourself up, peel the leg over, and find the floor with your toe, if you can, keeping that shoulder pressed into the floor. Nice deep breaths here. Good. Roll back to your stomach. Find your Y shape by bringing the arm up a little bit higher. You're gonna look away, roll that shoulder towards the floor, and push yourself up and over. Couple more breaths here. Yes, bring it back. We're gonna go back to our T again. And if you didn't get a chance to understand what I meant about the hip opener, just go ahead and watch for a second. So I'm gonna bring it back to a T. And then my leg is up, and I'm gonna try and open my hip by leaning my knee towards the floor, away from my center body. Hopefully that made sense. But go ahead and find your T. See if you can make it a little bit deeper. It's okay if you can't. Good, let's roll out of that. Come to sitting. We're gonna take that arm across the body. Again, avoiding this like shoulder and mouth kind of situation by bringing it down. And you can use your lats, your beautiful aerius lat muscles, to draw that shoulder down as we pull it across. Yeah. Go ahead and bring that up and over. Take a second here, even if you're gonna thread behind, just to really get some nice alignment here. And then if you have it in you, take your other arm around. Oh, this one's harder for me. Try and grab. And then again, if I want a little extra and I'm here, I can still use my head to kind of make sure I'm pushing my shoulder back. Woo-hoo. I feel this one. Good. Shake it off. Do a couple of these guys, alternating which arm is on top. Pick one, hug yourself, shake it out. Give your spine a nice little shake out too. And then we're going to lift the elbows. And here, we're still keeping those shoulders drawn down, so I'm not lifting the shoulders with my elbows, just lifting the elbows and trying to really make a lot of space in my back body here. And then I want you to take a really deep breath into that space. Awesome. And switch to the other side. Lifting the elbows, making space. Deep breath here. Let that go. We're gonna do one last thing. I know it's 3:30 right now, but this is the last thing we're gonna do. Find a nice straddle. You may want to shake out your upper body. I know that feels good for me right now. Find a comfortable straddle, nothing extreme. And we're just gonna take our arms out to the side. If you have a straddle, you have a pancake, go ahead and find the place that feels good for you. If you do not have a pancake, you don't have that in you, you're gonna take your hands behind your legs and you're going to push your hips forward and tilt your low back to try and make a really nice straight low spine, and then lead with the chest as much as you can. So we're trying not to round the low back. And different people have different, like I don't need to do that. Some people need that extra little bit. So even if you're just sitting here to find a straight spine, that's great. If you're able to lower into a pancake, I want you to do a couple of pulses here. Good. And then we're going to thread one hand over, and we're going to reach up and get a nice side body stretch here. You're going to peel the shoulder back and look up under your armpit. Take a deep breath into your side body. And then turn to face that leg. Round yourself over. Up and over to the other side. Nice side body stretch. Peeling the shoulder blade back. Looking up under the armpit. Taking a deep breath into the side body. Turn to face your leg. You're gonna bring it up, take your legs together, bring one up, and you're gonna cradle it. This is for those people who have been with us for both intensives now. They're really feeling your booty pockets. You're just gonna hug it and give it a little shake. My booty pockets are sore. Good. Other one. Awesome. Come to here. We're going to press up into a bent knee, forward fold. We're just going to shake the head out one last time. Release any tension in our low back and our spine. Slowly roll up. Reach big stretch up to the sky. And shake it out. You guys crushed it. It's 3:33, make a wish. I really enjoyed our virtual high-fiving we did the other day, led by Staza. So virtual high five, 3, 2, 1. Good work, everyone. Thank you so much. I will let the coaches say goodbye if they'd like to.
Thank you everyone for joining. It was super awesome to see friends from all over the country on this, and it makes my heart so warm. Thanks, Cressie, for leading all of this, and I love you guys, and I truly mean it. Hang in there. We're all in this together, so mwah!
Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for coming and showing up virtually. It warms my heart, like Staza said. So
I agree. Thank you. I can ditto everything that everybody else said already, but I'm just going to say it again. I really appreciate this forum. Cressie, it means a lot to me, and I'm happy to see all you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love. Stay well.
Thank you everyone so much. One last time, heartburst for you guys. Love, love, love. For the person asking and for everyone, my Venmo account is also attached to my legal full name, which is Cressie Akin. So don't be like confused by that. That is also me. I just don't tell a lot of people that, but now you all know. All right, guys, tomorrow is Full Body Love, a 75-minute class, and Staza's bringing back the booty blast. So I hope to see you guys. We open doors at 12:50, booty blast, and we'll start class at 1 o'clock. And I hope to see you guys then. I'll leave the chat up for a couple more minutes. You guys have a beautiful day.